That's what I was thinking. We got what half an hour. Hopefully, when people are tuning in, they actually get more than half a note. Guys, welcome back to Rewatchers Council live. In some cases, if you're if you're currently joining us,
Yes.
if not, welcome to the show. Whenever you're watching, we'll be talking the initiative today. First, my name's Snark. I should introduce our council we have today. First off, joining us from the San Francisco Bay Area. Hold for a minute because it could be either one. Brennan Mystical Mar. Brennan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good.
Fantastic. Glad to have you on what's
Thank
a
you.
pretty fun episode
It
of
was.
Buffy.
I liked it.
Yep. Ferris, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Right? Me and you back to back shows.
Back to
Can't
back.
get enough of each other.
We're back to backing.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
No.
It's a thing now. We just
Yeah.
made it a thing. So.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Now, the initiative. No more horsing around here, guys. Original air date, as you well know, Ferris, November 16th, 1999. Getting close. We're getting close to Y2K, guys. We're getting close to all the computers turning on us and all of us living in caves under the ground. Written by Doug Petrie. He's back. The last episode he did was Enemies. Directed by James A. Contner, who was, just off Sense and Sensitivity, Ferris, for Angel. The last Buffy one he did was The Harsh Light of Day. Now, we go on to the movie, the number one movie in your United States of America at this time. Pokemon, the first movie.
Danny's very happy.
Pokemon, the first movie. I can tell you one thing. I've never seen it.
Me neither.
Neither of those. No.
Oh, really? This is, I think, a thing for Danny. Adelia, I'm sure, has watched Pokemon, the first movie.
Pokemon.
No, the Pokemon. So, no changes as far as the number one songs goes in America or Canada. Both smooth. Mumble number 5.
Yeah.
They have not budged. But
Little Monica in my life.
Oh, yes.
a little. Okay, no, I'm not going to do anything. Now,
We can't.
the number one song in the UK. I know it's probably a big favorite of yours, Ferris. One of the first singles. I believe this is actually the third single off of her first solo album. It's "Lift Me Up" by the former Ginger Spice, Jerry Halliwell.
Hey, Jerry!
The number one song in the UK at
Fun
this
fact
time.
about Jerry.
Sure.
He's married to team principal of Red Bull F1 Racing Club, Christian Horner.
Yeah, she's doing okay.
I didn't know that's where she went until I watched Drive to Survive, and she was at her mansion.
Yeah, she's doing all right.
She's fine.
She's doing fine for herself.
No, she's not Posh Spice, but she's doing good.
Yeah, but she looks healthier than Posh. So let's be fair. Victoria needs to.
They're all doing just fine.
Yes. Yeah, don't have to worry about them. Now, moving on to the DVD summary. Buffy's going to begin a relationship with Riley Finn, unaware that he is part of a military organization tracking down and experimenting on the demons and vampires of Sunnydale. Now, to say she's going to begin a relationship,
that's a stretch.
Let's cool your jets.
Yeah,
it doesn't really happen. No.
Let's cool your jets here.
Yeah.
DVD summary people. They barely speak.
And he's boring as heck.
Well, he's from. Where is he from? Iowa. He's a corn-fed boy from Iowa. What do you want?
United State of Iowa.
That's true. Now, this particular program starts in the cafeteria where we see quite a few episodes starting so far this year. They don't hang out in the graveyard. It seems to start as many episodes so far this season. We get to meet a couple friends of Riley's. First, we meet Forrest, played by Leonard Roberts, He's been in all of Ferris's favorites: NCIS, CSI, CSI Miami.
Yeah.
Which one did you like better, CSI or CSI Miami?
CSI Miami, Horatio.
Oh boy,
But he was
Castle.
also in. He's also been in my other favorite. He's one of the stars of Drumline.
I was waiting to say Drumline.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, I figured you were a really big fan of
yeah.
Drumline.
He's also
Now,
the star of the TV show Heroes.
yeah, he's in
Oh,
Heroes
that's
as well.
right. Yes.
Goosebumps. He was in Mom. Yeah, he's a busy guy. He's a busy dude.
Can they make a CSI San Jose? That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
What are they gonna do?
Every
Do they have a naval yard in San Jose?
Unfortunately, no.
no, that's NCIS. Rob, you got wrong show.
Oh, what is this one? CSI? Oh,
CSI
CSI.
is yeah.
Are they-
CSI is
Wouldn't there
yeah.
be even less for them to do?
Yeah, I mean, there is.
Yeah,
crime,
I don't
but
think.
not
Yeah, I don't
much.
think San Jose is riddled with crime. I mean,
Not
They're
really.
just hanging out.
It used to be. It used
They
to
Yeah.
be one
They
time
just
ago.
hang out at the Cow Palace waiting for something to happen.
that's in San Francisco, Rob. Different city.
Okay.
No,
Close enough, close
they're
enough.
at the Shark Tank. You know.
There you go. The Shark Tank.
Yeah, the Shark Tank. Yeah, I've been to the Shark Tank.
I was gonna say Ferris
Yeah.
Matana knows it well.
I've been
Yeah,
there twice.
I have seen
Oh,
a
have you?
victory at the Shark Tank.
Oh yeah, by the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, we beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pretty
And
lucky.
both games I went to, we lost.
Oh,
Oh,
damn,
did
man.
you? I remember seeing the San Jose Sharks. I believe it was an exhibition game, their first season. They played here in Winnipeg. All these people wearing Sharks
Winnipeg Jets
jerseys.
still existed in
They still
'99.
the first one. No, this is when the Sharks came. That was 91, 90 or 91.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the Sharks. Oh, the
They were
Sharks
early.
were.
They were
Winnipeg
okay.
goes
early.
way back.
They were
Yeah.
early. Yeah, and there was a 16-year period. I don't like to think of
It's,
it. Now,
but back to Buffy.
yeah. Continuing on here, guys. Anyways, Forrest thinks Buffy's hot. He's mentioning it. Riley just says that she's peculiar.
Mm.
So that's just code. Everyone knows it for thinking, oh, well, he thinks the same thing. Buffy, of course, is going to break the ice cream machine somehow. Community kind of does this gag later with Chevy Chase.
That's right. It does.
Would then meet their pal Graham, and he's played by Bailey Chase. Now he did Jag and CSI,
Mm.
but had larger roles in Saving Grace, and where I know him even maybe more than Buffy, because he's not a huge role in Buffy, but he was on Longmire, which is
Oh yeah, I know
with
about that then.
Katie
Yeah.
Sackles.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, Graham thinks that maybe Buffy's Canadian because Riley thinks there's something off about it. I have no idea what that means. I took offense to it.
That's yo. The Canadian hatred stems back to the 90.
Yeah. We're catching strays. Isn't that the term?
Yes, Robert. You yeah.
Yep, Ferris is falling
Yeah,
asleep.
I have
Sorry.
I have stunned him into sleep.
It threw me off. It's like Rob used slang correctly. I was thrown off.
I'm the master at this stuff. Okay.
Yo, I am not Ferris.
I'm
That's
the
a good
worst at
imitation.
slang, so don't ask me.
Now, Forrest is going to mention Buffy's brief thing with Parker. Somehow everybody knows about this thing.
Oh, Parker, good grief.
Riley wonders why anybody would go out with her. Forrest says lots of guys want to get their hands on her, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And, of course, we cut to Spike mentioning how he'd like to kill her. He's looking a little parched. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The lips are getting a little dry there.
Yeah.
Turns out he's in an electrified cell along with a bunch of other demons, and there's a bunch of scientists wandering about.
Yes.
What's going on with that? Well, we're going to find out in this episode. We head over to Giles. We see he's done a remarkable drawing of the soldiers that have been wandering around campus. And since it seems human, though, unfortunately, him and Xander don't have much to do research-wise here. They're just a bunch of dummies running around in fatigues. Which means Xander's psyched for being reminded, he gets psyched before he starts to remember, oh yeah, we're not really needed. Suggests summoning some evil themselves, which is something that might get him into trouble in a future episode here, Ferris. You'll have to stay tuned. Get it? Get it, Brendan? You'll have to stay tuned for that.
I'm not laughing at that one.
Okay. I'm doing this on the spot. For now, it's just considered unethical trying to raise a demon. But Buffy shows up, informs them that they're going to be doing the patrolling. So she's going to take Willow out to a party to cheer her up because she's been in the dumps ever since she got dumped. And she's going to go wear something slutty, she says. Now, that outfit she does wear, I don't think that was considered slutty even for the 90s, but whatever. It's the same kind of thing they'd say about Cordelia all the time when she looked fine. I don't know. Anyways, Spike gets a blood bag dropped from the ceiling here. Fellow prisoner warns him that it's drugged. It's that guy that escaped from Sunday's crew here, fellas. The last survivor of the campus killers here. Oh well, yeah. Now he tells Spike they're going to be taken for experiments, and asks if there's Spike asks if there's a major cosmetics company or Nazis, among other things, and then they find a common bond in blaming Buffy for their predicament. Well, these things happen. Spike thinks she got funding because she's so brilliant. Yeah. Meanwhile, she broke her pen and spilled on her notes. Brilliant people can break pens.
And she broke the frosty machine.
Yeah, and this is the second thing she's broke. And the episode's not even 10 minutes old. Willow tells Riley Oz hasn't dropped the classes when they ask about where Daniel Osborne is. But Professor Wall said he's not allowed back. She has rules about attendance here, fellas. He didn't follow them. Willow leaves all upset. Buffy tells her she should try using this human behavior. So she
she read her the riot act, man. She cooked her.
She gave it to her.
Says a human being in pain isn't their job. It isn't, though, right? Is it just me getting older? But it's not the professor's job to be a human being in this way. Her job is to teach 100 people, right?
Yeah, but don't be a horrible person. No, Rob. No,
I don't think she was horrible.
No,
I don't think she was horrible at all.
Well,
I think she's justified.
Well, she should have said, he's not in the class. If he wants to come back, possible, but he's not in the class. So I don't. You matter, not him.
How many? Yeah, but how many classes do you think he's missed at this point?
Okay, he dropped out. So she could have said it in the belly like he stopped coming to class. So what do you want me to do? I have to take him off the list. He's not here anymore.
You know what, Oz, you're out of here.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say. Anyways. But it doesn't matter. The professor still says she likes Buffy. So,
we all do. So
Riley thinks she's peculiar, guys. I don't know if he's mentioned this a couple of times before in this episode, but anyways,
she's very Californian.
Well, okay. Oh, maybe you guys are the experts on that. If
she's very Californian, he's from Iowa.
Yeah. AC/DC. Those are just two polarizing thing. Xander is showing Giles some army stuff he requisitioned back when he was army guy during that Halloween episode a couple years back. Now he's less of an army guy, more of a Swiss army guy.
Yes.
But the kind that what does he do? He opens a sassy Cabernet for people and stuff like that, which is nice.
Hey, don't underestimate the Swiss.
Oh boy, they got a tough job. And then his mom asks if him and his friend would like some fruit punch. Giles wonders if it's raspberry fruit punch.
I would have said yes.
Yeah, of course.
What the hell is raspberry fruit punch?
Yeah, that's the exact thing I said.
That is a little strange. Yeah.
What is this? What is the Ocean Spring with the cran grape and the cran apple?
Oh my gosh, that's
it was the 90s, Ferris. It was a different time.
It's fruit punch, dummy.
Yeah, I like cran grape.
No, I love those too, but raspberry fruit punch. What does that even mean?
Raspberry lemonade is good.
Oh, is it? I can't remember last time. I've had raspberries, but I can't remember drinking raspberry juice. Anyways, we're going to see Riley talking to Forrest yet again. He tells him what Buffy said to the professor. Still says she's nuts. And then Forrest sees his old pal Parker. And he wants to scoop on Buffy here. Tells him she's whiny and clingy. And he brags that they got fully physical. This guy's in university, by the way. This guy's
trouble.
Yeah. He says that the word when it comes to Buffy is stamina. Like, okay. Then asks if they know the difference between a freshman girl and a toilet seat. He says a toilet seat won't follow you around after using it. So Riley dutifully punches him in the face.
I would have done the same.
This is the fourth time. The fourth time Parker's been hit, and the last 2 times we've seen.
Yeah, Parker deserves a good kick.
Pretty satisfying stuff. Pretty satisfying. Riley, Forrest, and Graham are then walking around campus. Riley still can't believe that he hit him. Forrest says, he can get in trouble for this. Graham says Parker is going to be too embarrassed to say anything. All right. This is when Riley finally realizes that maybe the peculiar girl is something he'd like to pursue, if you know what I mean. Anyways, his pals all knew that he was, he was just beating around the bush when it comes to Buffy, and they're like, yeah. So Riley says he's going to go leave to see a girl. So we see Spike once again. This time, being a little crafty, a little tricky. Feigning unconsciousness here, the old sleeping dog trick, if you know what I mean. He starts getting pulled from his cell, and mind you, lots of stuff that's going to happen here is going to be ripped apart by their own logic in a matter of the next episode or 2. Anyways, he gets pulled from his cell, then grabs the scientist's throat that did it, and says he needs to see a girl, and then he fights another one. Something starts hurting him, at least, though. Then we see Sunday's pal telling him to free him since he knows the way out. Somehow, I don't know how this guy would know the way out more than anybody else. Anyways, he does the old switcheroo on the scientist when he's attempting to stick a needle in him. He just puts it into the other scientist. And then somehow beats that other one up. This is Spike. You'd think, sure, he'd have no problem beating up anybody. Yeah, well, we'll just wait about that. And then he frees the other vampire. They escape that one part. They scoot under the door just in time before more masked guys show up.
Indiana Jones.
Exactly. This time, when the other guys show up, there's more masked guys. Spike sacrifices Sunday's kid there, and he gets staked, but Spike runs off. It's that old thing or whatever about zombies, right? Because you don't have to be faster, as long as you trip the other one. Now, we see Willow in her room being sad, and Riley goes to see Willow at the dorm, looking for advice on how to get with Buffy. As she's the only thing he knows that she likes, which is pretty unfair considering what she's going through. I don't know if anyone has just noticed that a girl is all sad and he wants to talk up her roommate. You know what I mean? She also needs to hide Buffy's weapons here quick.
Yes.
She's just left them on the floor. But Riley, at his heart, is a gentleman, and he just helps her push the thing underneath the bed. Doesn't even look.
No questions asked.
No. Yeah, no problem with that. She runs down a situation to him that's eerily similar to her own. It's his plan. He says he never courted anyone like Buffy before. You said the word courted, Ferris.
He is a gentleman.
Yeah. Is that maybe that's a term that should come back these days.
You know what? Yeah, why not? Let's bring it back.
It's charming, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Come on.
But it's nice. We should do that.
Yeah. He says, and even if he has an honest face, like he says, Willow says, honest faces. He's talking about honest faces and stuff like that. Willow says, honest faces are usually attached to liars, which is not necessarily true. Not necessarily true, but
On Riley's case, it might be prophetic.
Well, yes. Well, we'll leave that for. Let's leave that for a second. So he goes to leave. Tells her he appreciates her looking out for her friend, and mentions that she seems to bring that out in people. And then Will gives some vital info. Buffy likes cheese. Buffy is a cheese fan.
Okay.
He's a cheesehead.
Yeah, that's something we could use, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. He says, and the party that they're going to, that Buffy's going to get all sluttied up for, just so happens to be at Riley's campus house.
What a coincidence.
That's a lucky coincidence. Now, we see that Spike's returned to the tunnel with Harmony. Anytime I see Harmony, I get happy. So
I feel so sorry for her, but she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, Harmony's great. No, he goes in, he gets slapped, and he says that he missed her, and all of a sudden all is forgiven. Oh, poor Harmony. He says they'll be together right after killing the Slayer. She just wants him to forget about her, for God's sake, saying she'll only slap him around, and she can do that. She can do that for free. Why go out to get slapped when you get slapped at home for free? I'm sure you've heard it 100 times. Then she touches his head. He winces in pain, but it's off to bed for them. Like, come on. That Harmony, she knows what she wants sometimes. And sometimes maybe it's not the best for her. So we have Xander narrating his surveillance to Giles now. He's had enough of it. There's only so much that Giles can take with Xander at the best of times.
I would have slapped him already.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, Buffy and Willow arrive at the party now. Buffy offers to leave, but Willow says it seems like fun. So Buffy goes for sodas, guys. Sodas at the frat party, known for their delicious array of sodas.
Yes.
I do like how Willow nonchalantly approaches Riley, gives him a brief rundown of what Buffy's wearing, gives him a plan of attack, which is useful.
Interesting.
A little bit of dancing and stuff like that. One problem: Riley can't dance. From Iowa.
Riley has no clue.
No. So he's told to go talk to her then. Make sure you make eye contact. No glib. Glib is unbecoming. I've said it 1,000 times. And she's warned about being beaten to death with a shovel, if he does anything to hurt her. And also told to have fun. This is usually the order soon set in.
When Willow throws the threats down, she means it.
She means it. Yeah, she would hit him with a shovel, no problem. Coming up soon, she's going to hit somebody with a shovel. More on that in the next episode. Anyways, Riley's going to find Buffy, of course, blows it. Asks about the reading and stuff like that, and now there are some theories to these exciting readings that they had to do. Offers her some cheese, so at least you remembered about that. Now, Xander and Giles are split up here, and then we get one of my favorite scenes in the entirety of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I think I know what scene you're talking about.
Well, Xander's going to be wandering around, and he's going to come upon Harmony Kendall. It's in a little clearing in the bush or the woods or something like that. It's about to burn a big pile of clothes, some CDs. He pulls a stake out, saying how he's highly trained to put it through her heart without warning or mercy. Here, fellas. She tells him to kill him where he stands. Says, bring it on. She slaps him.
Yes.
Then he kicks her in the shin. Then I timed it. We get 20 seconds of the worst slow motion fighting you will ever see. Slow motion, childlike slap fighting.
Yeah, a slow motion slap fight.
The only thing I think compares to it are when the puppets fight each other in Team America. Those might be my favorite fights there and then.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. It ends with both Harmony and Xander pulling each other's hair. They promise to stop at the same time, and do. Well, isn't that nice? A couple of old, I wouldn't say they're school chums, school adversaries coming together in this moment to let go of each other's hair at the same time. She says that
good conflict resolution.
Yeah, that's how you do it. There's lots to be learned with that, I think. Now, she says, nah, this stuff isn't hers. She never listened to the Sex Pistols. Something wrong with her.
I haven't either.
I love it. But anyways, she goes on about how Spike came back and, he couldn't stay the night because he's probably already killing the Slayer. And she's saying all this, but Xander's already left. He's like, oh boy. Something got to be done about
She's
this.
Like, why do men always leave?
And she sets his stuff on fire.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
We see Buffy now dancing at the party. Lots of '90s dancing here, guys.
Very silly Buffy dancing.
Sure, yeah, and they're dancing to no music at this point either. So we get to see Riley and Willow talking on the couch, and again, he's lamenting how he choked. She tells him he failed spectacularly well, which makes it sound nicer. She reminds them that any detection, anytime any kind of reaction is going to be good here. Then
I'm thinking to myself, why doesn't Riley start with Willow? Come on now.
Yeah, come on. Now, maybe she's too sad for. Who knows?
I mean, come on, you're redhead. Come on. Yeah.
Plus, maybe Willow's just too confident for him. Maybe he likes that awkward kind of girl that he thinks Buffy is.
Yeah, true.
It just kind of reminds him of him.
I would have macked up Willow in a heartbeat.
Well,
that's one way to put it.
The house DJ starts playing a "Dingoes Hate My Baby" song.
Oh gosh.
This affects Willow, and Riley does another gentlemanly thing here. He nixes. He says, "Hey!
Shut it down."
The song, shuts it down. Willow says, "Well, she's had enough of this. She's gonna go home." She says, "Go find Buffy." He offers to stay and talk if she'd like, but he says that she's gonna go home. She's gonna be fine, and that he'll be fine. So he does. He goes finds Buffy, tells her what's happening. This is when he's about to ask something else when Xander walks up and talk to Buffy about some unfinished business. So they take off. Riley's buddies give him the gears very quickly. They do not they do not give him a chance to even take a breath on this. They're right in on them. But they do this because they're needed downstairs here, fellas. They have to clear a retinal scan. And then an elevator door opens from behind a mirror. Kind of get what is going on in this simple frat house. Isn't that what you're thinking right now, first, Mathana?
I'm thinking they're the commandos.
Oh, okay. Well, you were right. So all the while, Forrest and Graham are still needling Riley the entire way. He tells them that he's talking about one girl now. He says that into a speaker. It says back, "Initiative vocal code match complete. Special Agent Finn Riley." Oh, boy. Then they stop at a facility in their basement, of all places. Riley wonders what kind of girl would want a guy who's a regular Joe by day and demon hunter at night. It sounds like, what? It sounds like the perfect
question.
It sounds like this could be a perfect match. Graham says maybe a peculiar one. That kind of thing. I think he might be right.
This is the one that shocked me. But not shocked me when their head scientist is the professor.
So we see what they're in. It's like a large military establishment.
Hangar. It's like a hangar warehouse.
It's like Area 51.
Basically.
Lots of tinfoil.
Yes.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of tinfoil, and they have like an open. I don't know if that's kind of like an operating room and a place where you do the experiments on things or whatever. Then we see their leader, yes, of course, talking about how hostile 17s escaped. Professor Walsh has been the head of this whole thing, professor by day and leader of a government-style agency at all the other times and stuff like that. Makes you wonder why she was so afraid of a couple of large dogs. But anyways, they all go again changed into soldier garb. She tells them that it must have the local advantage here now, and if it isn't recaptured, guys, it could bring an end to the initiative that very night.
Mm-hmm.
Big stakes.
Yeah, big old stakes.
We got like an airport cart coming by with a bunch more soldiers, dropping them off. Riley gives them their orders. They all move out. The door, I thought was ridiculous. So they have this top secret organization. The exit door that they use is in the woods, a big red door in the middle of the woods with a big red siren light spinning on top of it. What is going on here? How top secret is this? We got this top secret base with the most obvious door in the world.
So they're playing tricks on you. So like, they're not there. That's too obvious. They're somewhere else.
Yeah, this is probably no fun down here at all. Anyways,
the same intelligence as the Galactic Empire.
Well, that's true. That's true. Now, Buffy's unhappy that Spike's back on her night off and all. Xander's starting to seem a little jealous of Riley. He thinks he's Teutonic, of all things. Buffy says he's not. He's a doof. Very 90s slang there.
Oof, maron.
A doof. Short for doofus. When you're just not, you just don't have the energy to put the us at the end of doofus.
Yeah. How do you?
I'm a doof.
How do you abbreviate a already short word?
Yes. Yeah. It's my name's Rob, but shortening. I'm just gonna shorten it to from now on. That's my whole name now.
Or my name is Rob. Call me Ro.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So
I'm Brennan. Call me B.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna call you B from now on.
Some people do call me that. So.
That's a good name. Well, that's Faith's name for Buffy. She says enough is enough. She's gonna kill Spike tonight, alone. No one's gonna help her.
The Black Fire Series says if you're building something underneath the school in Sunnydale, it's evil. No exceptions.
That seems to be true.
Yeah, that's true, man. All the tunnels, all the weird looking people.
It all connects.
Yes.
The closer you are to that door.
I don't know. I think under in my high school there was something.
Yeah, that could be it. This could be true. No, it was underneath the basement at my old school. Frozen tundra. It was not really quite the same. It was quite cold. Anyways, Xander tells her to take the flare gun for some reason, just in case she gets in trouble. She can fire it off and this guy does come running. Yeah, you wouldn't think a vampire slayer would want to bring attention to herself, but you never know. Maybe it will come in handy, Bren. So we see Spike at the university, somehow just going through the student records on the computer. He finds where Buffy's staying. He knows which room it is now. Oh boy.
Old internet search engines.
Yeah, Riley's group is going to find Buffy sitting on a bench here.
Just waiting in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to them, she's trying to find Spike as well. She's willing to be bait to get him. That's basically what they wanted to use her for, so it kind of works out, but they're not working together here, guys. Forrest suggests this, of course. Now, I'm not trying. Okay, so Buffy's bait. Forrest wants her to be bait. I just want to say, when I was writing up my notes and stuff for the episode, I tried so hard not to make a who's the masturbator joke. I'm pretty glad that I didn't do it. Thank you very much.
Good job, Rob. Good job.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Now, Riley denies the bait plan anyways. He decides he's just going to go walk up to her.
Yeah.
He's going to do that thing where he's
Why
so
not?
confident. He's just going to walk up to her. He's going to do he wants to say goodnight to her premise. He goes on. She just says that, she needs some emotional space. He offers to walk her to her room. She says if he's a real gentleman, he'd just leave. She asks if he thinks that boys can take care of themselves and girls can't. He says, yeah. I'm like, oh boy. Okay. He's a little old school. He's a little old school here. She calls him Teutonic because Xander said it. Why not? Then both decide they're going to stay right there until they hear someone scream from out of nowhere. And then they both run off. Different directions. So I don't know where each of them thought the screams were. But he goes and links back up with his guys. And they have a gadget that's pinging here now. They call in all units to converge on Alpha Niner. One of my favorite numbers ever, Ferris. Niner.
Okay.
I think it comes after 9.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I thought you were like saying you're trying to say you're a Niners fan.
No, how dare you? Yeah. Oh my God, Brennan. Now, Willow's on her bed, and we get a little knock on her door. She just blindly says, "Come in." Big mistake. You never do that in Sunnydale. Shouldn't that be one of the first things they tell you? Of course, it's Spike. She tries doing some reasoning and some running, but he informs her that he's going to be killing her. But he's got an offer for her. He can make her like him.
Mm-hmm.
We can get Vampire Willow all the time, not just in doppelganger.
I've already seen what she's like as a vampire.
So. Then he turns up the music. Just it's only there to mask her screams anyways. He gets on top of her, bites her, and no one else in her entire dorm.
I thought, honestly, man, a lot of great, mix and matching and, moments of pain and suffering. I thought Willow was a goner until we came back.
Yeah, well, that was the plan. That was the entire plan of the director and stuff like that, was to do that, the little beat and stuff like that, just to add the tension. It worked pretty well. It's something they've done before as well. But anyways, when we return to them, something's up. Or rather, not up, if you know what I mean. We can even say maybe it's even flagging. Spike's having performance issues. We get one of my favorite scenes, again, in the series. This episode is so great.
Hilarious.
He says it's never happened before. She thinks maybe he's just nervous and he wants to try again. But he keeps getting the searing pain in his head, guys. When he tries to do it, she thinks maybe he's trying too hard and assures him it could happen to any vampire. He says it wouldn't ever happen to him. He's a virile 20-something-year-old vampire, He's in his prime. And then Willow says maybe she's just not biteable to him.
Yes.
She said,
which makes no sense because he literally bites anything that walks.
Well, she's had a hard week or two here. He tells her he'd bite her in a heartbeat, in a heartwarming moment. And that he's thought about it before here, guys. He references the shirt she was wearing when he forced her to do that love spell for Drew. You know what? The one that she ends up kissing Xander in.
Oh, gosh.
You know what I mean? Anyway, she says she never would have guessed. Then promises that if he could, she says he's still terrifying. He doesn't want to be patronized. Then we see Riley's bunch. They've arrived using some kind of thermo scanning device. They start scanning everybody's room. They find one body in there just at room temperature, so they know where hostile. I guess they know where hostile 17 is going to be. Riley calls in a flanking maneuver. They head in. Willow, we get to see them again. She suggests maybe waiting a half an hour and trying again. There's a vampire wanting to murder her, and she's making him feel better about himself. Yeah, that is.
It was a great scene, man. I was laughing. I was laughing throughout the entire time.
Of course, when she said that this time, she busts a lamp over his head. But the sentiment was there. Anyways, she can't get out the dorm, though. The power's been knocked out. I guess
why does that have to affect the door?
I have no idea. Anyways, the soldiers are upstairs and now outside her door. They break it down. What is Willow? 105 pounds?
Maybe.
Tops?
Maybe.
105 pounds tops. Knocks over 3 armed soldiers at the door.
Well, Riley, momentum.
I guess so. I guess you're right. That's exactly how momentum works. She takes 2 steps and she can knock down 3 guys. But maybe they weren't expecting it. You could say that for sure. Anyways, so Riley then orders them not to fire. Spike comes out next. They start fighting. He gets the pain when he's about to bite one of them. The bag gets placed over his head. They mentioned taking in Willow for quarantine. That's the rules here, guys. Riley says nope. Spike now gets free again. He's still able to fight them. This is the thing that's bugging me. He's still able to fight these guys.
Yes.
It all gets rewritten here in a second. He grabs a fire extinguisher. Of course, Riley shoots it with something. I don't know what he shot it with. It wasn't a bullet. Kind of like a harpoon or something like that. Who knows? Anyways, now everything's going to get smoky. Willow tries to crawl back into her dorm. Someone says to stop her. She's going to get grabbed again. Now Buffy shows up. She says, contain this, shoots the flare gun off, and they all have their night vision goggles on.
A lot of movement on that flare.
It was a little bouncy.
Yeah.
It was a little bouncy. They got one of those bouncy, those fun, they got a fun flare.
Yes.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, the fun flares.
The ones you shoot,
parallel at a wall where it just like.
Yeah, the ones that are designed not to go up. I guess that was it. Anyways, now she starts fighting all these guys. She pushes Willow into the dorm, fights the soldiers. Riley's holding his own against Buffy here, which is no mean task. Spike's out a window. He takes off. Riley then says, oh, it's abort the mission. Let's get everybody out here. Anyways, we're going to go see Professor Walsh. And oh boy, you thought she wasn't happy with Oz. Buffy. Just wait. She isn't happy about this. Riley's report mentions that Hostel 17 had a smart accomplice. The same, smart.
Who was big.
Some big guy.
Some big guy.
Walsh isn't very impressed. She wants results. Damn it. It reminds me of like a chief from one of those 70s cop shows and stuff. She doesn't want excuses. She wants results.
I want results, Taggart.
That's it. Ferris gets it. Now,
by the way, Taggart is one of the cops from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. Well, Riley then tells her and us, by the way, that Spike has an implant that keeps him from harming living creatures.
It worked. The implant worked, is what they said.
They said, but he still fought a lot of people, and he shouldn't have been able to do that because of the intense neurological pain it gives people. Whatever. He promises to go bag it, then gets dismissed. We see Riley and Buffy then on campus. He apologizes now for the previous night. Tells her he should be more careful out there. Lots of weirdos around.
Lots of weirdos
on the Sunnydale campus, I can tell you that. He asks about Willow. She says she's okay. Says that the stupid fraternity prank from last night hasn't helped. So we've got the excuse for what happened. Always an excuse in Sunnydale.
Always
we know
an
that.
Excuse.
They at least they didn't say gangs on meth. That was always the go-to.
What?
Excuse. That was the go-to before, wasn't it? Gangs on meth.
I guess so, Rob.
Snyder was always drugs.
Yeah, gangs on meth. So he says that the stupid fraternity thing didn't help. So we know what they're blaming it on now. Buffy asks him what he wanted to ask her at the party. Riley says he can't remember. Asks if Willow mentioned if he likes cheese for some reason. She calls him peculiar now, guys. Oh boy. Oh, this
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start calling people out like, you're peculiar.
I think they're thinking you're odd. If you do that. Get it?
Yes.
So he says he can live with that. He can live with being peculiar. Then they walk off. Not together. They walk off. And that's the end of our episode this week, guys. Next time we got a Thanksgiving Day classic. The beginning of the crossover week on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel Pangs. The next episode we'll be covering here on Rewatchers Cancel Buffy Edition. I guess we have to say that for sure. Thank you both for joining me here on the show. And Brennan, start with you, buddy. Where are people going to find you when you're not talking Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Well, when I'm talking about another franchise, you can find me on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube at Page Turners They Were Not. And you can follow me on Blue Sky at brandmard.bluesky.social.
That a boy. Sounds good. Ferris Muthana.
Guys, you can find me here every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on our We Watchers Council series. Saturday, Captain America: The First Avenger. Me, Justin, Matt, and others, if they join us, will be reviewing the fourth install. No, not the fourth. The fifth installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One of my favorite films in the MCU.
Love it.
It's a good one.
The introduction to Captain America, and then tomorrow we're going live, guys. Tomorrow, 3:00 here. We're talking Bachelor Party.
Yes. A really fun episode of Angel coming up on Rewatchers Council Angel Edition. Guys, as for me, we got LGRN After Snark this weekend. Going to be talking with Danny. We're going to go a little more into Thunderbolts. Now that I've seen it, I think we're going to talk about some of the things that
last night.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Spoiler alert. I think we're going to talk about some of the other things that are going on with Marvel. Of course, the pushback of the two upcoming Avengers movies. We'll probably talk about that. We'll just talk about whatever we're going to talk about for sure. We just have to have something to talk about to put it on YouTube, I guess, was what it's all about. We finish, you and I, Ferris, the 24-25 English Premier League season just last night.
Yes, we did.
Successful season for Chelsea, for Arsenal.
I guess.
It's a good season. Not mission accomplished, but you guys got to where you needed to go. If it's trophyless, but you guys should be used to that. So we'll be back.
You won the Conference League, Rob. Let's calm down.
We'll be back. We'll be back. In August, but that's when the 25-26 season starts. But we will be maybe showing up occasionally for the Club World Cup. That's happening in the USA this summer. It was a fun season of starting 11, anyways. If not just for the Premier League itself. Now,
score champion over here.
Yeah, he's a bigger witch than Willow when it comes to predicting soccer scores. And yeah, Ryan and I should be back with the playoff beers fairly soon, as one of the entrants for the Stanley Cup Finals has been confirmed as Florida has won.
They're back
in 5 games. Third straight trip to the finals, defending champions. They may be playing the team that they won their championship with last year. Edmonton has a 3-1 lead in their series. That's going on tonight as we record this. Well, recording it live, but I'm pulling for a Dallas victory. I do not like either team. I would just like to see them beat the hell out of each other because I don't want to see either of them win the Stanley Cup because I'm bitter and I'm like that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching / listening to Rewatchers Council. Can't wait to talk pangs with you next week. And until then, in the words of Rupert Giles, we'll see you all next time.